Hi, I'm Kyo, a member of Hiroshima Interpreter for Peace, reporting to you live from Ground Zero on the 75th anniversary of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima. I'm honored to give you a tour of the park today. I'm standing in front of the rest house. It had 3 floors and a basement. It's the only structure in the park, aside from the atomic bomb dome, left from the time of bombing. The solid concrete structure remained despite standing just 170 meters from the hypocenter. For those of you who don't know, hypocenters refers to the point at the ground level directly below the nuclear detonation. After being closed for more than 2 years for extensive restoration, the rest house reopened this year on July 1st. The exterior was restored to its original appearance. A cafe was added to the second floor to serve light refreshment, along with the piano that survived the atomic blast. An exhibition area on the third floor showcases the history of the former Nakajima district area known today as a Peace Memorial Park. Constructed in 1929, the building housed the thriving kimono store, but the Pacific War intensified. People could no longer afford luxury like a kimono, fine kimono, so the store went out of business. After that, the government took over, and it became the Hiroshima fuel supply depot. At the time of bombing, 37 people working here. All of them were killed instantly, except for one man. Just happened to step down to the basement at the time of bombing. The Mr. Nomura was a close survivor to the hypocenter. He lived into his 80s after escaping the damaged building and the surrounding fire. Imagine living such a long life with such memories. Now we go into the rest house. On the ground floor is tourist information counter. And a gift shop. You can purchase a variety of local products, such as T-shirts, arts and craft, and specialty food. Okay. let's go to the basement. This way. Hi, now this is an original stairway to the basement. These steps are offline now. Due to the technical difficulty, we cannot make to the basement today. Okay. Now, let's get back to outside. Let's head back to outside. As a last thought, I will show you photo of this building before, after the bombing. I concluded a tour of the rest house now. I'm looking forward to see you in the park in the future. I will hand you off to our next guide. Where is Akiko? Oh, hand off to Akiko. はい、チェンジしてどうぞ。よいしょ、どれだ。
Hi, I'm Yukari. I will take you to the memorial tower for the mobilized students. Shall we go? It's over this bridge. And here, please. This Motoyasu bridge lies 130 meters, approximately 425 feet from the hypocenter. The blast force slammed down the center of the bridge and threw railings into the river. Scientists surveying the damage of the atomic bomb used this information to help them find the hypocenter. Amazingly, this bridge remained in service until the city rebuilt it in 1992. The new design copies the original. And this is a photo of the former Motoyasu bridge. Now we are standing here. And this is the West House we've just visited now. And on the east end of this new bridge, a portion of the former Motoyasu bridge still stands to bear witness to this horrific event in our history. And would you look down the river, please? This Motoyasu river runs past ground zero. Neighborhood children loved to gather here before the war. They would swim at high tide and play balls at low tide. The tide was in when the bomb fell, so many people jumped into the river to escape the flames. At the time of the bombing, the temperature on the ground was about 3,000 to 4,000 degrees Celsius, 5,000 to 7,000 Fahrenheit. That is more than twice the heat required to melt steel, and unimaginably hot. But between injuries, heat, and radiation, people died one after another. Before long, corpses filled this river as far as the eye could see. One survivor said, "The water of this river turned muddy orange and gray with the victims' blood and the burned bodies." So let's walk to the next monument for mobilized students. What is mobilized students? In 1944, when the Pacific War intensified, Japan forced children ages 12 to 17 to work in the factories and farms as the mobilized students. For what? In those days, all the men were sent to the battlefields, so junior and high school students were mobilized to make up for lack of labor forces. The 12 and 13-year-olds undertook building demolition and farm work, while older children worked hard in military supply factories. Building demolition means to destroy building in certain areas to make fire breaks and minimize damage from air raids. On August 6, 1945, about 8,400 students were demolishing buildings at 133 sites in Hiroshima City, and about 6,300 died. And you may be wondering what happened to the children under 13 years old. About 8,500 children ages 8 through 12 evacuated from Hiroshima City. Younger children remained with their families. So some evacuees lost their whole family when the bomb fell. Those boys and girls are known as the A-bomb orphans. The monument is over there. And that is a monument, memorial monument for mobilized students. And the parents who lost these boys and girls built this monument in their honor on July 15th, 1967. It was dedicated to the victimized students to comfort their souls with 8 doves on the top and a goddess of peace at the base. As you can see, this monument widens towards the top, expressing hope for the future. However, the top of the tower has been left intentionally incomplete. It stands for the grief of the mobilized students, whose lives and dreams cut short by the war. One survivor told me about her lost elder brother while he was working as a mobilized student. After the bombing, her parents searched for their beloved son desperately on the scorched plain. Her father dug out the dirt in the school grounds, only found their boy's name tag. Miraculously, his wooden card was perfectly preserved without any damage. She said it was like he was speaking to them. Goodbye, Dad. Goodbye, Mom. He was 13 and dreamed of becoming a doctor so he can save lives. But he was in Hiroshima on that day. He never got the chance. So what were these boys and girls thinking about in such wartime? The bereaved parents published some memoirs after the war, and one mother told us in her episode. She wrote, "It was the day before the bombing, and that was the last night that the mother could share with her boy. At that night, they came up on the roof of their house together, and when they were looking at the beautiful blinking stars in the sky, the boy asked, 'Why do adults start wars? I don't get it. If the countries that have a lot could share with the countries that have little, then we could live together peacefully.'" So let's take a close look at the monument. This goddess figure combines 3 different religions. Her face resembles a Buddhist statue. And her belt buckle, a holy Shinto mirror. And her wings, a Christian angel. And behind the tower, these are parts of the mobilized students, what they did. Here you can see schoolboys working in the fields. And schoolgirls busy with the sewing machines. And the boys laboring in a munition factory. And on the back side of this relief, this copper plate lists the 351 schools attended by the mobilized students throughout Japan who perished during the war. Of roughly 3.4 million students in Japan, more than 10,000 died, and about 60% of them were from Hiroshima. And this is the school Mr. Futagawa's sister attended. On that day, she was on her duty as a mobilized student. Thank you so much.